How do you blend rhythm and lead guitar? What's blurring the lines? Let's take a look. So I get asked the question a lot by students, how do you blend rhythm and lead guitar? And where do you blur the lines? And on guitar, and on piano to be fair, we have this amazing ability to play lead lines and to put rhythm and chords in them at the same time. And so what I want to do in this session is we're going to come out from a little bit of an analytical approach as to how can you start practicing what you know now on the guitar already and start blending that with rhythm and lead. Because I think that's where this whole thing really starts, is if you're not able to blend rhythm and lead in your solos already, it's probably down to how you practice and how you think about chords and solos as being two separate things, when really you're probably missing a little bit of how you practice on the fretboard and some knowledge, and it's probably just that kind of 1% that needs to click in place for you to start getting traction with this and really start being able to blend rhythm and lead on the guitar. Now, it's important at this point to reference the original hero of lead and rhythm playing, and that's Jimi Hendrix. He was a master of being able to play things which blended rhythm and lead and really blurred those lines. So how do you do it? How do you actually start blending rhythm and lead guitar? Well, it comes down to, first of all, I think, being able to take chord shapes that you can already play and manipulating them in a way which sound like you have a melody to them. So Jimi Hendrix had this great one that he would do, take a normal bar chord and then shift it so that his thumb is playing the bass note. And then take that pinky off, and now we've made space for the pinky to be able to do some of the work here. So we've made space for some extra melody notes to come out. And he would often use that on strings 1, 2, and 3. And in this case, it's on the 7th fret because we're in A. And of course in minor we can do the same. So a kind of step one with this is taking ideas, these simple chord ideas, I'm going to show you one more in a second, but being able to take chord progressions you can already play and adding in extra notes to them. So say we were to take Let It Be by the Beatles, which goes C, G, A minor, and F. So I'm going to expand it out, so each of those chords take a little bit longer in time, and then I'm going to Jimi Hendrixify, if that's a word, Let It Be by the Beatles. So with that pinky. And part of that is being able to get the shape down first and then exploring with your pinky. Because obviously I've given you, okay, use that same fret that the third finger's on, but sometimes just being able to explore with it and get... You can hear that note doesn't work next to it there if I go up a fret. But on the A minor, if I can get that pinky up to the 8th fret, it sounds nice. sounds nice on the F chord if I can get all the way up to my 4th fret too. So exploring with that pinky, but the first job is to create the room in your hand to be able to explore with that pinky. So that's the first exercise, trying to kick chord progressions and exploring playing bar chords with them on the pinky. Now that's with your 6th-string bar chords, the one that start with a root note on the 6th string. Now there's another shape that I think you should practice and get really used to, is the 5th-string bar shape. So if we're doing bar chords on the 5th string, now on this one, if I take a C bar chord, then the way that he would often play with that is to go, we've got C bar chord, and then I'm going 5, 7, and then this first finger's going on all of the notes which we originally had in that bar chord, so I'm playing 5, 5, 5. So I've got 3, 5, 5, 5 for the bar chord. And then notice how my pinky's free again. Woohoo! The pinky's free. And that means I can use it on just under that 3rd finger. And you're going to want to explore again around the chord progressions you're playing on, because that 2nd string on this chord doesn't sound good. And this is where your ear comes into play. And I'm not going to give you the exact roadmap with these. I'm just telling you these are the areas that you want to play in, and then you're going to let your ear do some of that work and figuring out for you. That's a really important part of the process. I know some people want to know exactly every note that they should play, and I'm a really big fan of being able to work that out intellectually too. If you've watched any of my other videos, I think that's awesome. For this exercise, I really do want you to try and, once you're in the right area, check that you're in the right area and you're doing the basic exercise correctly, and then let that pinky find the notes that sound good. Okay, so that's what it sounds like over the C, and it's going to be the same over the G. A minor. So for that one, we're still sliding on minor shape. We've got those notes there, but when we go up here, we can't go up to this note this time because it's going to sound bad. So we need to go up just 2 frets. So on the A minor, I've got 12, 14, 14, 13, and this is the same minor bar chord shape we use anywhere. And then I can go 14, 15, which are on my 5th string. And then I've got 14, 14 on string 4 and 3. And then if I want to do some pull-offs, I can go 2 frets up to 16 on string 3, and then 3 frets up on string 4. Okay, so let's find out what that whole thing sounds like together using the 5th string idea. Cool, so I think if you can just get those 2 ideas down and play around with where your pinky can go and the noises that you can make over a chord progression. Obviously I did Let It Be today and you can start with that, but try it over other songs or other chord progressions that you know, get real comfortable with it, and you will begin to start blurring the lines from playing rhythm and playing lead. That's where we start. Now from then on, I think it's really important to start understanding your chords and your pentatonics and how those two fit together. So there's one other video that I've made on how to self-accompany, which I think is a really important stepping stone to being able to do both of these things at the same time. Now, if you watch the self-accompanying video, the difference between self-accompanying and blurring the lines between rhythm and lead is being able to fit and hold the chord at the same time as actually being able to play some of the licks and moving between them. So that more fluid movement. So I'm going to do another video on how that piece works for next time. So if you want to join us on for the journey, I'd love it. Hit subscribe if you got something out of today's session. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers at the moment. I really appreciate your help with that. And I'll see you next time. I do videos every Thursday and Saturday. See you then. Thanks, guys.